YouTube, what is going on? Daniel back here for another video. As you can see, we are in the car. This one is not a walking video, so giving you my full attention on this one. And I want to shoot something crazy because I was actually going to go visit a cousin. He's having a kid, probably about 2 a.m. Today or the next day. And I was on my way there, but he said no visitors after a certain time. So I came back and I had this video in mind. It was something that happened and that I mentioned in my Instagram story, so you can watch or go follow there. But essentially, I came back from the trip. I posted some stories about that and also some videos on here, and came back from Europe. I ended up staying with my dad for a bit at his place for about a week. And I've been renting in Toronto. That's where I live, in a place called Yorkville. It is the most luxurious spot in Toronto. I didn't rent it for that fact. I rented it for the fact of amenities, and I had a roommate that was there with me. He's still there. And the lease is up in a month. And essentially, I was paying that spot. I was here for a week, and my conscience was telling me that I was paying that spot. So, it was telling me, go back, get your money's worth. I was ignoring it. I didn't want to go back. There was a feeling that's telling me not to go back. But then, after a while, you keep getting that thought of like, you're paying the money, the payment's coming up soon. Might as well go back and then, get your money's worth. So me grudgingly, even though I didn't feel it, I made my way back. And, funny enough, I was my conscience telling me to not do that. And as soon as I got there, instantly my frequency just dropped. I just opened the door, put all my stuff inside, had my luggage, a bunch of stuff I brought for the trip. Got there at about like 8 p.m. Everyone was away or sleeping. My roommate was asleep. Actually, he had left and came back after. But as soon as I got there, I had this feeling that I'm not supposed to be here. Like this crazy peace that I had this whole time where I was here with my dad, enjoying and just being at peace. I was able to be in that frequency. I recorded, I was able to share wisdom and, be aligned. But then as soon as that happened where I got there and lost it, or just, lost the alignment, I used my conscience, and, I knew that my ego had tricked me with the whole money story of, you're paying money to go. And I want to share this video as a lesson that, any amount of money will never be worth more than your peace, that your conscience is trying to lead you to alignment, to, you being connected. Because it was simply my, me being controlled by something that I had paid money for. And I was talking about this with my coach, and he mentioned this as well. He knew from the first time that I shouldn't have left and that I was better off where I was. But it's crazy how the ego plays stories with you and tells you that. And it's crazy as well that back in the past, when I was spending money on the dumbest things, like lust, desires, more drinks for people at parties, more drugs to make the night better, the ego had no problem spending that money and letting that money go to, basically just destroy you. But when you're paying a little bit of money that you can let go, and it knows that you have peace on the other side of letting that money go, because I'm still going to pay that rent. I still have about a month and a bit left. I think it's 2 payments, whatever it is. But the point is, I'm willing to pay whatever now for peace. And your ego is going to try to make you almost use that what you're paying as opposed to letting it go. And when it does that, it's first off scarcity, because everything that God, the source, is trying to give you is abundant, and He's trying to give you abundant life. But when you're disaligned, when you're in desire, when you're disconnected, and when you're going where the devil's trying to take you, which is for me that place where I was paying money for something but I was not supposed to be there. It was not my time, or my time with that place is done, because it happened for a reason. I moved there, but now it's I've experienced so much in terms of growth internally, and it could be a variety of different reasons I didn't want to go back. I think one aspect is the nature aspect I have here. I just connect much more. There's more privacy here is another big thing as well. But yeah, I got back and instantly knew it was my conscience, and not that I felt shame, but you just know that it's something you shouldn't listen to. And then as opposed to going against it once more and staying there, I came back. So I'm shooting this video like about 4 hours after I came back, literally the day after. So I went last night, got all my stuff, said hi my roommate, hey, what's up, man? How was your trip? Cool. And then he kind of did the same thing and left. And I just told him, hey, the place is yours. He's there with his girlfriend. And, I'm going to pick up some stuff probably in the weekend. But this video is to show you that no amount of money is worth more than your peace. And I say that sincerely because, I've spent money on much worse things, like I said, and, didn't give me peace at all. And I wish I had that money back. Well, I don't care because the everything's a lesson. But, I wish I had gotten that peace back by not spending that money, if that makes sense. Because, as you remove yourself from the programming that is desires, that the world tells you that, you need to set something to go after. So you get this desire of like, oh, the feeling is here, the feeling is there. And then you start to, get lost, especially you have lust, you need to get lust for things, usually of, women, stuff like that. But even like these things you think you need, material things or money. I had that lust for money as well. You realize that nothing, once you achieve it by getting aligned, is worth more than the peace that God is giving you when you're aligned, when you're connected, when you're grateful, at peace. Because when you have those things you don't desire, is when you feel the greatest peace. And the world can remove everything around you, but you're so abundant and feel so good. It's a crazy feeling. I hope anybody watching has been able to achieve this, because it's what I strive for now, and making sure I'm so aligned that I don't desire. And when you're in that state, as a result, you get everything you want anyways. But the point is, when you go against your conscience, like I did, you could say unknowingly, but now I know that it was there, then you can never achieve that. You're constantly going against the thing that's trying to guide you, trying to show you the way you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to be, because your conscience will never guide you to something that's not going to bring you peace, abundance, fulfillment. It's going to guide you to the things you're supposed to be. Your ego will try to guide you to desires, to distractions, to noise, away from the signal, to making decisions like I did, based on money, but removing the peace aspect. So this is a lesson, and I learned it. I don't think it's going to happen again. I feel it's not going to happen again, because my conscience now is so strong. And after this, I realized how strong it really is, that if I don't pay attention, it instantly impacts. And it's only when you live the lifestyle that I promote. Like I said, I put on my Instagram. You can follow me there. But it's 24/7 work, and this is to share and just give you a reminder that nothing, no money, relationship, whatever, trip, party, environment is worth more than your peace. If something is telling you not to go, that is God, as long as you're aligned. Even if you actually don't have vices and something is telling you not to go, that's your hunch. You have to follow that. As soon as you begin to go against that is when you get to really lose yourself in this world. And this world is simply the devil and just distractions trying to keep you away from your purpose. And that comes when you're not thinking. Thinking is the enemy, but your conscience is not not thinking. It's a thought that comes. Like, it comes in, comes out, and you either act on it or don't. But it's going to keep coming. But it's not going to stay there and make you think about it, if that makes sense. So that is the thing I want to share quickly. And now I'm back. Like, I just feel peace once again. And now it's about staying aligned and getting the wisdom and the source from the all eternal God. And it's simply just following that. And if he tries to deviate you or tell you not to go somewhere, like you told me to stay somewhere, actually, then follow. And that just gets you more towards the place you're supposed to be, because otherwise you're just following distractions or the ego trying to give you a story of, oh, well, money paid. I've lost money on countless stuff, but it tries to make a story and tries to deviate you from what you're supposed to do. But anyways, I want to share that quickly. Something that can help anybody right now, I believe, because there's so many distractions that go on, and the more you can listen to your conscience, the more you'll get farther. And your conscience has bigger plans than your ego ever will for you. Ego just simply try to deviate you, destroy you spiritually, and remove you from the gifts you're supposed to give this world, the purpose you're supposed to fulfill, and the plans that God and his plans that he's making for you, and his kingdom that he's trying to give you, have for you. So that is a message. Hope you guys enjoyed. Going to rest up now, and get back at it. 4:40 every morning. Don't miss. I haven't missed for a year with the habits as well, and it's simply just staying aligned. That's the whole game. Staying aligned, removing the distractions, the people, especially devices, and anything. It could be something as small as a watch that you look at in the morning, think about. It could be a TV show you're watching, you're getting a feeling about because you think you're chasing the feeling of some TV show, food you're eating maybe. It could be anything. Anything you give a feeling to is simply the devil distracting you from peace, because peace is, where you're supposed to be, because if you're aligned, you don't desire. And from there, you attract everything that your heart desires and God knows you're ready for. So that is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. You can follow me, like I said, on my Instagram. Everything will be posted there. All my habits, my reflections, my lifestyle, and the way to connect with me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Much love. And until next time, as always, keep killing it.